Welcome to Build with June, where you'll be getting weekly doses of career tips and hacks, as well as hearing stories of grit, perseverance, and inspiration. My overall mission of this new series is really building community, sharing stories of hope, and bringing everyone closer together by creating a very inclusive environment where everyone feels welcome.
Hey.
Can you hear me, Ian?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I am just trickling in. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Friends. Can you all see me? Can you see me? Can you comment and let me know? Welcome to Build with June's classroom. I'm here with my lovely assistant, Miss Ivy Roast. And today we are delivering the first day of my 2-day training on how to level up the new year for a new career. And I'm going to be sharing some tips, some 5 game-changing job search strategies for the new year. So welcome, y'all. Who's excited?
Woo!
Yes, I'm excited. What are you excited to see today? Before we start, I want to introduce you. If you've been following me for some time, you probably have seen Ian on my show. Actually, she was I believe my second guest, and I'm really excited to collaborate with her today on this live training. So before we talk about LinkedIn optimization, Ian, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So hi, everyone. I think last time we met, I was a different person, or maybe you thought so. So previously, I was going under I always call it my professional name, Adriana, but I am now officially going by my preferred name, my artist name, Ian Ivy Rost. And I am a professional photographer. I have been shooting for 10 plus years, doing a lot of portrait-based work. I've had my work published, most recently in Martha Stewart Weddings, which was really exciting. And I also have recently started a secondary business called Triva. And so that is my creative expertise business, where I am helping individuals work on their personal branding assets. So we're talking about LinkedIn banners. We're talking about, photo shoots that just really help elevate your brand. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about with June today.
Yes, and this is the woman behind my brand. She's been doing all of my photography for my content on my website, and she's actually been also helping me build out my Build Your Dream Career 8-week group coaching program. So I'm giving you guys a little sneak peek. Today we're going to focus really on LinkedIn optimization and the importance of a personal brand. And she'll be sharing some tips on how to capture the perfect headshot for your LinkedIn profile, as well as what to do and what to put on your LinkedIn banner. And then tomorrow, and I'm glad Adrian is here. Adrian says, I'm Adriana too. Adrian is joining me tomorrow on my special Build Your Dream Career launch party. I'm having Adrian join with me. He's actually a life and career coach. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about job search strategy, how to network, because at the end of the day, when you think about job search, it's kind of like, I'm going to take us back a little bit, back into the day, Ian, where we used to go clubbing. Okay. Remember when there was always like that hot nightclub that you wanted to go to, and you wanted to get on the guest list and cut everyone in the long line?
I was always on the guest list, girl.
Well, that's what job search strategy is. It's all about trying to know who everyone is at the club, the owner, the bartender, the bouncer, right? So tomorrow, Adrian and I will be talking about this. We do have my special co-host, DJ Crowd Control. As we are delivering you this training, he's going to be spitting some beats, as well as my social media assistant, Charlene. So stay tuned for that. We just posted the event. Yes, okay, Adrian, I'm not going to give it away, but I'm telling everyone that you need to go too. But okay, perfect. So let's talk about, you guys, some of my tips on how to level up your LinkedIn profile. Let me get this together. And as I am getting this together, why do you think it's so important, Ian, to have an optimized LinkedIn profile?
Yeah, definitely. So as a candidate, I mean, and as like recruiters, we know from the back end, like working together, meet you in June, we go through so many people a day, like hundreds, thousands of people. And so you need to find a way to like make yourself stand out. Like what makes you unique? What makes you different? Like what is going to be your game changing secret sauce? And so that's why you need to optimize your profile. So that way, that's like basically like you're in. So it's like you have to make like the prettiest. I mean, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but we buy those covers, people, at the bookstores.
Yes.
So we got to make it look good, make the packaging look great, so that way they can see the wonderful story that you have inside. And so that's why you need to optimize.
That I actually use that same like analogy when I was talking about this last night at the webinar I was hosting, that your LinkedIn profile is the cover of your story, of your career story, right? You want to kind of hook that recruiter in to want to learn a little bit more about you and what kind of value and skills you could bring to these companies. So I'm glad you said that. So I'm giving you quick tips, you guys, on how to optimize your LinkedIn headline, your about summary, experience, and then I'm heading it over to Miss Ian here, who's going to be talking about how to. Hi, Carl. I'm going to be distracted with the comments, but he says, I like that game-changing secret sauce. Yes, and everyone has a secret sauce, right? To what they can bring to companies. So, okay, let's talk about headline. And I wanted to share this slide with you because your headline is the most important piece, prime real estate of your LinkedIn profile, because I have been on the other side of the recruiting side of working with all of these tech giants such as Google, Wish, Netflix, and Tesla. I know what companies are looking for. And when I'm putting my recruiter cap on, when I'm trying to look for candidates, I am coming up with a Boolean search string with as many keywords as possible that's going to find what I'm looking for. And so your headline, when I'm a recruiter, that's the first thing that's going to pop up when I'm using LinkedIn Recruiter. So you want to make sure that you have as many keywords as possible that is tied into the industry and positions that you are working for or looking for. So this is an example of my headline as well as one of my clients' headline. You want to share what value you can bring to a company. You want to have a very specific targeted position that you are aiming for. And then I always say it's a great way to highlight any accomplishments and include any quantifiable metrics that shows the impact of your work. And if you guys have comments, let me know. Now your about summary is another great way for you to really showcase your accomplishments for the positions that you were working in. Another great way to include keywords as well on your LinkedIn profile at the bottom of the about summary. Okay, I'm gonna actually stop this right here because I wanted to show you a actually, I'm gonna pull up your profile if I can, Ian. I cannot get this up working. Okay, perfect. I want to talk about how another section of a LinkedIn profile that's not being utilized. And I'm going to put Ian on the spot right now and see if it's being utilized by her. But it's the feature section. You know the section, Ian?
Yes, of course.
Does it? Okay. No, you don't, because you don't have anything featured on your profile. Okay.
Oh no, I don't. But I've seen it, and I've seen yours. I've seen yours.
Okay. So another section that you want to utilize to showcase like your work. This is also great too if you are in the creative space. Is using the feature section, which Ian doesn't have. And I mean, Ian, you just announced that you are featured in Martha Stewart magazine or the website. You could feature that article right here, somewhere on your profile. Let me show you mine.
June is top notch.
No, not how that. I actually still, and you guys, you could improve as you go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine's a work in progress, just because I've been busy working with my clients optimizing their LinkedIn profile. But this is the section that I'm talking about, you guys, your featured section. This is another great way to stand out as a candidate, because you could highlight potentially articles you've been published in, or say if you were featured on your company website, or say if you were published or were part of a nonprofit. You could tie those links into your featured section. And another great way too, if you don't have any publications, you could tie in your top performing posts, which I have done as well. This is also a great way for entrepreneurs, business owners to link up any scheduling tools that clients could that will make it easier for clients to book time with them. And and you could it's super easy. All you have to do is go under your edit public profile and URL, and that will give you the ability to actually link up some featured content. Another thing that I want to talk about too is your experience section. What I hate seeing as a recruiter, I hate seeing when people just literally just copy and paste whatever is on their resume onto your LinkedIn profile and experience section. Again, your LinkedIn profile is just a way for recruiters and leaders and hiring managers to get to know you a little bit. You don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. You want to just basically kind of show snippets and highlights of your achievements. And then, of course, another great way to optimize your LinkedIn profile is all of the endorsements. I believe a person could have up to 50 endorsements. So the more keywords you have on your LinkedIn profile, the higher it is as far as visibility. You'll pop up on recruiter search strings. So those are my quick tips on LinkedIn optimization. That LinkedIn optimization and personal branding for a job seeker is something that I'm very passionate about, and something that I talk about and teach in my 8-week group coaching program. So book your strategy call with me, you guys, if you want to learn a little bit more. But now I'm going to pass the mic. I wish we had a mic.
I know. Grab it.
Pass the mic to Ian, and we are going to talk about how to capture the perfect headshot for your profile.
Yes. And maybe as a photographer, for me, I'm just like, ta-da, this is just simple stuff. But I've seen a lot of profiles in my day where it has been a struggle bus for well, I mean, people are still learning, so it's great. But yeah, these are my tips to really get a great headshot that is going to make you stand out. And so the main things with your headshot on your LinkedIn profile is you want to appear very competent. And so you want to make sure that the lighting is really even across your face. You don't want any heavy shadows. You want to make sure that it's just you in the photo. It's not a group shot at the holiday party and you just cropped yourself out. You don't want that at all. That people can tell, and it just looks really unprofessional. You want to make sure that you are focusing mainly just on your face. I would say pretty much from right here upwards. You want to have your shoulders. You don't want to look just like a floating head, but you don't need your whole body. You don't want a profile shot. This is not a CD cover. You want to make sure that you are clearly facing forward and everyone could see your face, because that's how you establish connection. So that for sure needs to be established in the beginning. And then depending on your position, I would say it would be best to smile with teeth. There has been research that it does help your positioning with likability, confidence, and influence to smile with your teeth. So if you do have a photo shoot of any type, I would make sure to get at least one teeth smiling photo. And then again, to establish yourself as a high quality candidate or entrepreneur, I would say it is really crucial to have a high quality professional headshot. And you want to make sure that you are in a professional outfit that's relevant to the job that you have or are aspiring to get to, and that there isn't any distractions behind you.
Those are great tips. Also, you actually touched on a key point there. Dress for the job that you aspire to be in. I have partnered up with Broadus of Level Up in Tech, and by delivering workshops for LinkedIn optimization and resume tips. And a lot of his students are actually transitioning from different industries into the tech world, right? And I actually had one of his students reach out to me and said, I was interviewing for an engineering role at Amazon, and the Amazon recruiter had mentioned that I should change my profile picture because his profile picture, he was wearing a suit. So, and then me and Ian have worked we've both worked at Wish. She's worked at Facebook. People don't wear suits in the technical industry.
You will right away say, "Is that a lawyer here today?"
Are we getting audited? No.
Yeah.
So that's really important, and I think a great tip on that, and I'm glad that we're talking about that. If you're unsure of what to wear in your profile picture, I would highly suggest looking on Glassdoor, looking at the company website and their social media to kind of get a feel of what their employees are wearing. What are your thoughts on that, Ian?
Yeah, I definitely, before applying to different jobs, like in the past, I always seek out the company's social media. So a lot of companies nowadays, especially in the tech field, they have Instagrams that are specifically for candidates. So like jobs at or careers at or life at this company, and you can really see more of an in-depth look about like their employees, kind of like what the day-to-day looks like, and then you can really see what like that culture is, and is it more laid back, is it more professional? It's great to have that insight. And then if they don't have those types of accounts, I would reach out to other people like on LinkedIn who work in those positions that you are also looking to get into, like that field. And then maybe if you can check out their LinkedIn profile pictures, but you could also just like reach out and say, hey, like I would love to know more about the culture and everything else. And so I think that just getting that inside knowledge is going to be great for you to like make sure you come to any interviews prepared. And even though especially right now, 2020, a lot of us haven't been able to see the offices in person when interviewing, just definitely look online, check out YouTube for office tours. There's so many articles. So yeah, just do your research.
Yeah, and then also too, before we talk about how to optimize your banner, I think you also talked about Kodang says, is it important to have social media? I want to say yes. I think if you're looking for work, I mean, if you're not big on social media, from like Instagram to Facebook to TikTok, have a digital presence on LinkedIn, because as a recruiter, when I was working with hiring managers, they always rather prefer looking at the LinkedIn profile first. It's just a little bit more compelling for someone to read a LinkedIn profile. There's a picture. It's easier to understand their career trajectory because it's very visual. And recruiters, I was working at Google, and Google had maybe I think over 3 million people applying to the company. But the majority of the hiring that I've done at Google were based on employee referrals and sourcing for candidates. And as a recruiter and sourcer, what they're doing is they're trying to look at LinkedIn profiles and reach out to passive candidates. So yes, it's very important to have a digital presence, especially if you are a job seeker. If you're not comfortable with those other personal social media platforms, LinkedIn is the way to go. And speaking of that, when you are trying to network and have informative chats with people in the tech industry or any industry that you're getting in, you have to optimize your LinkedIn profile first, because you want to make it interesting for that other person at the very end to say, yes, I'll have a chat with you. What are your thoughts on that, Ian?
Definitely. I mean, it's one of those things where if someone messages me, I'm sure we both get tons of messages all the time, June, but if someone messages me, they have no profile photo, like no LinkedIn banner, they have like the most minimal thing on their headline. I'm like, who is this person? Like, I have no idea who you are, where you're coming from. Like, I don't know if you're a bot account. Like, I have no, no idea of like what you're, I guess, bringing to the table, or what you're about. And so for me, it's like, if I'm going to invest my time, which is important to everybody, time is like our most valuable asset, then you want to make sure you're investing it into someone who, is someone that you feel like you can build a relationship with, or that, has like these high aspirations. So I think it's really great to have a very solid profile, so that way you can get that better engagement with people.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now last topic of today, we are touching on LinkedIn optimization and then personal branding. So let's talk about the banner, because again, this is another area for candidates, for job seekers, for entrepreneurs to tie in their personal branding. This is Ian's profile right here, and please follow her if you haven't, or if you're not already. But can you touch on why it's important for anyone on LinkedIn to use this space to promote their personal brand, business, and experience?
Yeah, definitely. So it's important for job seekers and entrepreneurs, pretty much everyone, to utilize your cover photo, because it is like the primest real estate on your profile. This is where recruiters are spending the most time. They're looking at the top half of your profile, and it's essentially your digital business card. Like, pretty much like 9 out of 10 people I meet nowadays, they do not have a paper business card on them anymore. It's like, they're like, oh, just add my LinkedIn. So you want to show off your personality, what you're about, and what you have to offer in this space. And so you can do this by using tools like Canva to create your design, or you can hire someone to like thoughtfully create one for you. If you want to save time, or if you're not exactly artistically inclined, you can include images with you in action. So like speaking at a conference, you can show awards, you can promote yourself, show off previous companies that you've worked for and other accolades, products that you provide. This is a great way to promote your skills if you're a candidate. And so I would definitely, look into, creating something that's just really going to stand out and just represent you, or seek out people to create one for you, which is one of the services I provide.
And did you guys see, let me circle back here. Did you guys see my LinkedIn? I'm busy, Lee. I'm on live right now. Do you see how beautiful this looks? I mean, it showcases what I specialize in, like LinkedIn optimization, resume optimization, workshops, coaching. And then I make it easier for people that want to reach out to me by including my email, and then everything that I've been doing on LinkedIn as far as my hashtag LinkedIn Lives. So please reach out to Ian. She has a great eye for aesthetics, and she loves elevating your personal brand. I want to showcase my intern, Charlene, because this is another great way too if you want to showcase your skills. She basically lists out that she specializes in marketing, social media management, Salesforce, and then bam, her email is right here. Hi, Nathan, you are late. I need to kick you out of the club. Just kidding. Thanks for being here, Nathan. Let me know if you have any questions. But so this is a great way for you to really promote your brand, and then make it easier for recruiters to reach out to you by just having your contact information right there. See that? Ian, what else do you want to kind of touch on as far as like personal branding goes?
For banners?
For banners and just in general, like what is your last like tip for the day? For job seekers, entrepreneurs, I mean.
So like, since I've been on this journey too, and this, especially like since we both got laid off at the same time, I feel like we both have just like grown into like these new like entrepreneurial spirits, and with all of the learning, all of the online courses and everything else I've taken from it, with what goes along with personal branding is really trying to find those brand colors that really represent your personality. That's another way to stand out. So because a great example of this is I went to a event. It's like a socially distanced event when things were still open. And I just wore all black because that's normally like, I'm like, okay, black, good to go. And then I had a friend who just was wearing like her signature colors, like she's an artist, and we both went to the event, and she just, more and more people were just like, oh, hey, like, I know who you are, like, da 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 da, and like, oh yeah, like, oh, can I take your photo here, and da da da. So it's just like you stand out more when you're wearing your brand colors. And that's like one of the biggest compliments to get is when people meet you in real life, they'd be like, oh, I feel like I know you, because you just, come off of the screen and into real life and have, that branding throughout. So your personal brand really is going to be, not just your LinkedIn page, but it'll come with you, in real life. And just having like your brand, signature colors or style is really going to like also set you apart.
Yes, I love that. And that's why I'm also too encouraging people, including you, Ian, because you share so many great tips as a creative expert. And I feel like you definitely need to start doing videos, because I'm just speaking from my experience. That's whenever I talk to clients, when I'm potential clients, when I'm on the phone with them, they're like, I feel like I know you. Like, oh my gosh, like I've been following your journey. And that's another great way to stand out as a candidate, entrepreneur, and business owner. And shout out to Carl, because Carl is killing it right now on LinkedIn. And I'm going to be on his LinkedIn show tomorrow. But I wanted to also, I want to show you, I want you, Ian, to share your website too. But I'm going to just share my website, you guys, because I need to start talking about this, because I've worked hard on my business and building it and building the resources that I've learned. But if you head over to my career resources page, you could actually download, by signing up for my newsletter, download a free LinkedIn optimization checklist. So it's basically going to give you recommendations on what to put on your profile. And then this 5 game-changing strategies for your job search. I talk about what to do to level up your networking game, LinkedIn game, and then resume game. And then here's a checklist here too. So I'm going to put this on the comment section for you guys to have access. And what about you, Ian? What resources do you have or specials do you have for my community?
Yeah, so I am getting ready to transition into 2021. I'm so ready for it to be a new, fresh year. So yeah, throughout the end of the year, if you go to hightreva.com, I will still be continuing to do custom banners for your LinkedIn. And then starting next year, I will be offering templates where you can create, you'll have all the building blocks and you can create it yourself. And then for my photography, I'm located in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you go to ianivy.com, I'm also offering digital gift cards, physical gift cards. These are great gifts as an alternative to a gift that you buy on Amazon, supporting a small business and an artist, but also I have lots of great packages for you to either up your personal brand, up your headshots. I love natural light, and I love learning about people's stories, so that way I can create images that are really compelling to their brand. It's been such a treat to be able to shoot June throughout her journey and just really help her with that. And it's been great, because it's like we're really capturing her personality, and she's like, you know what, I'm going with this. I'm going with the laughing shots. Like,
yeah, I love it. Okay, I know. And this is like, she took this picture up here. But I've been getting a little bit more comfortable, because it is a little bit nerve-wracking to be in front of the camera. But Ian has just done a great job where she really brings out your personality in your photos. So if you are looking to rebrand your website or get a new headshot for your LinkedIn profile, please reach out to Ian. If you are in the Bay Area, I'm going to link her website on the comments. I have to give a shout out to Nathan. He says, I'm a bot account. No, you're not. I received DMs from you and voice messages. Nathan, you are funny today. But okay, well, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to link up Ian's website in the comments. Please reach out to her. I think Carl said that he wants to reach out to you too. So thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Mr. Adrian, Trumbo, DJ Crowd Control, and Charlene. And we are going to deliver you some holiday fun with some great music and talk about job search strategy, networking, and talk about how to level up your elevator pitch. So we'll see you guys soon. Bye.